Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Bo-chan.
I'm Nimacum.
I'm Van-chan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you a part of Ulysses,
S.
L.
Ulysses, James Joyce. Job 14 Sick 1. Dishal Holzimus. Dishal Holzimus. Dishal Holzimus. Send us bright one. Light one. Howl. Crickening and one for it. Send us bright one. Light one. Howl. Crickening and one for it. Send us bright one. Light one. Howl. Crickening and one for it. Hoops a boy hoops all. Hoops a boy hoops all. Hoops a boy hoops all. Universally, the persons acumen is esteemed very little perceptive concerning whatsoever matters are being held. As most profitably by mortals with sapience endowed to be studied who is ignorant of that which the most in doctrine erudite, and certainly by reason of that in them. High minds ornament deserving of veneration constantly maintain when by general consent they affirm that. Other circumstances being equal by no exterior splendour is the prosperity of a nation more efficaciously asserted than by the measure of how far forward may have progressed attribute of its solicitude for that proliferant continuance which of evils the original if it be absent when fortunately present constitutes the certain sign of omnipotent nature's incorrupt benefaction. For who is there who anything of some significance has apprehended but is conscious that exterior splendour may be the surface of a downward tending little in reality or in the contrary, anyone so is there illuminated as not to perceive that as no nature has been can contend against the bounty of increase or oppose every most just citizen to become the exhortator and admonisher of his semblables and to tremble less what hadden the past been by the nation excellently commenced might be in the future not with similar excellence accomplished if an invericant habit shall have gradually traduced the honourable by ancestors transmitted customs to that though of profundity that one was audacious excessively who would have the hardihood to rise affirming that no more odious offence can for anyone be than to oblivious neglect to consign that event simultaneously command and promise which on all mortals with prophecy of abundance or with diminutions menace that exalted of reiteratedly procreating function ever irrevocably enjoined. It is not why therefore we shall wonder if, as the best historians relate, among the cults, he nothing that was not in its nature admirable admired. The art of medicine shall have been highly honoured. Not to speak of hostels, the pariahs, studding chambers, flagagraves, their greatest doctors, the Oziels, the Ohikis, the Oblees, have sedulously set down the divers methods by which the sick and the relapse found. Again health whether the malady had been the trembling with the ring or loose boikinoflux. Certainly in every public work which in a thing of gravity contains preparation should be with importance commensurate, and therefore a plan was by them adopted without by having preconsidered. Or as the maturation of experience it is difficult in being said which the discrepant opinions of subsequent inquirers are not up to the present congruity to render manifest whereby maternity was so far from all accident possibility removed that whatever care the patient in that hardest of women are chiefly required, and not solely for the copiously opulent but Also for her who not being sufficiently moneyed, scarcely enough done, not even scarcely could subsist valiantly, and for an inconsiderable emolument was provided. To her nothing already then and thenceforward was any way able to be more lessful for this. Chiefly felt all citizens accept with prolific mother's prosperity at all not to can be. And as they had received eternity, God's mortals generation to befit them her beholding. When the case was so hoving itself, partriant and because there were currying desire immense among all one another was impelling on of her to be received into that domicile. A thing of prudent nation, not merely in being seen but also even in being related, worthy of being praised, that they hereby anticipation went seeing mother, that she by them suddenly to be about to be cherished had been begun, she thought. Before born bliss babe had within womb one he worship. Whatever in that one case done commodiously done was. A couch by midwives attended with wholesome food reposeful. Cleanest ward was as though for bringing were now done, and by wise foresight set but this no less of what drugs there is need in surgical implements which are pertaining to her case, not omitting aspect of all very distracting spectacles in various latitudes by our terrestrial or referred together with images, divine and human, the cogitation of which by sedent females is to miscons conducive or eases issuing. The high and bright will fair home of mothers when ostensibly foregone and reproductive, it is come by her thereto to lie in Arter map. Some man that wavering was stood by house at night sun coming. Of Israel's folk was that man that on earth wandering far had fared. Stark ruth of man his and that him lone led to that house. Of that house, Horn as Lord. 70 bids keeps you their teeming mothers, or want that they lie for to toll. And bring forth burns hell, so God's angel to Mary quoth. Watchers way there walked, white sisters in ward sleepless. Smots they stood, sickness soothing in 12 mins thrice in 100. Truest bed thins they twain are, for horn holding worriest ward. In ward worry the watcher, hearing come that multerative rising with swire umpelt. To him her gate wide undid. Lo, the van leaping lightens in Ibling gardens westward walking. Full she dread that God the weak or all mankind would fordo with water for his evil sins. Christ rude made she on breastbone, and him drew that he would wraith in for under earth ash. That man her will warting were full win in Horn's house. Oth Durek and Horn's hall had holding the sickest did. On her Stohia was living with dear wife and loathsome daughter that then over Lennon sea for 9 years headlong outwandered. One certain Tanith meeting he to her bow had not doffed. How to forgive now he craved was good ground of her lad that of him swift sane face. As so young then had looked. Light swift her eyes kindled, bloom of blushes his word winning. As her eyes then ungot his with swath there for sorrow she feared. That after she was that ere dreed was. He asked Tiffo hair doctor tidings sent from far coast, and she was grateful. Simon said that her doctor in heaven was. So that was the man that word to her that him so heavy in balls riffle. All she there told him, ruing death for a friend so young. All gates are unwilling God's right wiseness to it say. She said that he had a fair sweet death through God's goodness with mass priest. To be shiven. Holy housel and sick mensel to his limbs. The man then right earnest asked the nun of which death the dead man was. Died in the nun answered him and said that he was died in Mon Island. Through Billicorp 3 years ago and come childermas and she prayed to God the aura fullta. Have his dear soul in his undefliness. He heard her sad words. He held hat said stirring. So stood they there both a while in one hope sorrowing one with other. Therefore, of Remen, look to that last sin that is thy death and the distack right thon. Every man that is born of woman for as he came naked forth from his mother's womb so naked child he went him at the last for to goes. He came. The man that was come into the house then spoke to the nursing woman and he asked her how it fared with the woman that lay there in chilbed. The nursing woman answered him and said that that woman was in throes now for 3 days and that it would be a hard birth enough to bear but that now. In a little it will be. She said therefore that she had seen many births of women but never was none so hard as was that woman's birth. Then she said it all forth to him for because she knew the man that time was had lived nigh that house. The man hearkened to her words for he felt with wonder woman's woe in the travail that they have of motherhood and he wondered to look on her face that was a fair face for any man to see but yet was she left after long years a handmaid. Man 12 blood flows chiding her childless. And whilst they spake the door of the castle was opened and there night them a mickle noise as of many that sat there at meat. And there came against the place as they stood a young learning mighty clap Dixon. And the travellerly pulled was cath to hints than it had that they had. How did each with other in the house of my sir could with this learning might lay by. Cause the travellerly pulled came there to be healed for he was so wounded in his breast by a spear wherewith a horrible and dreadful dragon was smitten him for. Which he did do make a salve of a little salt and chrism as much as he might suffice. And he said now that he should go into that castle for to make merry with them that were there. And the traveller Leopold said that he should go other whither for he was a man of cuddles and a sabile. Also the lady was of his avis and reproved the learning knight though she trod well. That the traveller had said thing that was false for his subtlety. But the learning knight would not his say nay nor to her mendeman ni have him. In all contrarious to his list and he said how it was a marvellous castle. And the traveller Leopold went into the castle for to rest him for a space. Being sore of limb after many marches and verening in divers lands and sometime venery. And in the castle was set a board that was of the birchwood of Finlandy. And it was upheld by 4 dwarfen of that country but they durst not move. More for enchantment. And on this board were frightful swords and knives that are made in a grate, caverned by swicking demons out of white flames that they fixed in the horns of buffaloes and stags that there are bound marvellously. And there were vessels that are wrought by magic of Mahound out of seasoned and They by a warlock with his breath that he blazed into them like to bubbles. And full fair cheer and rich was on the board that no wight could devise. A fuller new richer. And there was a vat of silver that was moved by crash to open in. The which lay strange fishes with short and heads, though misbelieving men neither this be possible. Thing without they see it Nephilis there so. And these fishes lie in an oily water brought there from Portugal land because of the fatness that therein is like to the juices of the olive press. And also it was a marvel to see in that castle how by magic they make a compost out of fecund with kidneys out of Chaldee that by aid of certain and grey spirits that they dew into swells up wondrously like to a vast mountain. And they teach the serpents there to entwine themselves upon long sticks out of the ground, and of the scales of these serpents they bear out a bird like to meet. To be continued.